Hello, I'm Mark Cooper, President and Founder of PKI Solutions, and today we're going to be talking about PKI Spotlight and best practices. Now, this is actually a sneak peek of features that we have under development and are part of our Q2 release of 2022. Now, best practices are what we define as industry or vendor-specific recommendations on how a PKI and associated configurations should be applied in an environment. Now, this is a topic that's very near and dear to me, as previously at Microsoft, I spent 10 years as the creator of the PKI Health Check program and spent years helping Microsoft engineers and customers in implementing their PKIs following best practices. Now, for those of you that have worked with PKI Solutions before, know that we launched in 2020 the ADCS assessment portal online. So today's demo of PKI Spotlight is actually going to start over on our assessment portal. On the assessment portal, this automated self-paced system is a mechanism whereby customers are able to download a tool and collect information about how their PKI is configured and have it uploaded to Azure and have an automated report generated of areas that need focus, attention, configuration changes, as well as understanding areas that you're getting right. And this ranges from everything from how your CA is configured to how revocation information is configured and implemented in your organization, how things such as AIA locations are actually being addressed, and actually getting a set of recommendations. Now here we're looking at a environment that Jake had created, and it's not too bad of a shape. It's got one high risk issue, several medium risk issues, and low risk issues here. Now, this has been the traditional model, and when we launched this in 2020, it was revolutionary. Previously, an engineer would have to come out to a customer site, and we still do this today. We'll come out with our own tooling to automatically collect this information, create a report, and provide those recommendations. This assessment portal is an automation of that process where you can download a tool and run this when you want. But when we started thinking about PKI Spotlight, there's a problem even with this assessment portal. It's still a one-off process. And customers were still struggling with finding time in their day to remember to download the tool and do that audit once a year, get their recommendations and do something about it. And even when they found something, it could be an issue that has been lingering for months or years because they just didn't see it in time. So in PKI Spotlight, we're actually integrating those assessment items into PKI Spotlight. And more importantly, it's going to be in real time. So you can see here on our portal that we have our health alerts, and there's one high risk and one best practice that's being alerted right now. Now this is under development, so there's not a whole lot to be able to show you at this moment. But as I said, this is in our Q2 release. The intent is those over 100 items that we're looking at in a configuration of a PKI, we're going to be doing in real time. So the moment that somebody says that they create a template, for instance, and they accidentally check a box that is incompatible with what they're trying to do, or if there's issues with how a CRL is configured or CA security or password policies, those things will be alerted in near real time. So now PKI Spotlight will not only give you information about the operational resilience of your PKI, but you'll be able to get almost near-time feedback of things that we see happening within your PKI that should be remediated. Now, the intent of this is these best practice items may help prevent outages. If we think of a scenario of a template that's misconfigured, that could eventually fill up your CA database drive, which will prevent your CA from operating. So a very small configuration mistake inside of a template can eventually take your CA down. And that could be months or years down the road. If you are only doing assessments on an annual basis, you may miss it and actually wind up having an outage. By alerting this information in real time, we think that organizations will find much more value by getting this near-time feedback on best practices. Again, the very first thing that you'll ever see with PKI Spotlight, bringing all of these assessment items into the real-time reporting of your PKI. That's PKI Spotlight and best practices.